But ultimately we're wanting to help John develop some self-awareness about stuff that's impacting on John, where he can go get some support.
Welcome back, and I've got Bill Carson with me again. G'day, Bill.
G'day, John.
Bill, last time we talked about the issue of mental health and the fact that it's impacting productivity and
Yes.
performance in the sales world quite dramatically.
Yes,
And it's a growing issue,
Yes.
as it is in our society, it is in sales as well.
absolutely.
And we talked about why and so on a little bit. What I'd like to do now is really ask you, how do we as a manager need to manage underperforming people as a result of mental health?
Yeah, great question, John. As we know, what normally happens, we put up with them for a while, punt them, and around we go again. And one of the things that's really, really important is to be able to start to notice the signs early. And so, because when we nip these things in the bud early, then, and what would we see? So fundamentally, when people are struggling with mental health challenges in their lives, which is then flowing out into their work life, it's the stress responses. Fight, so we blame. So they'll find excuses all the time. Yeah, we've all been there. Or flight, which is that we shame. I'm not good enough, I can't do this, it's all too hard, etc. Or freeze, just not taking stuff on. So what a leader needs to start to do is, where in the past we would kind of go, oh, okay, John's just had one of his grumpy bad days, Mr. Negative, just let him go, he'll grow, get out of it. No. We've got to start to recognise if John's mood shifted, that we'd sort of connect in and have a how's John going conversation.
A one-on-one.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm not solving the problem. This is what we absolutely teach. As a manager, you're not solving this problem because the person has got the challenges themselves, and we're not trained in that. But what we do is, by connecting in, depending on the trust level, John might open up, John may not, and if we're still seeing the behaviour, we can connect back in again. But ultimately, we're wanting to help John develop some self-awareness about stuff that's impacting on John, where he can go get some support. And that whole range of support, managers need to know about. It could be some self-help strategies, it could be their employee assistance provider or their doctor.
So they need to understand and have knowledge about all those call them solutions or areas to go, subject to what the issues are.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's not many managers I know that would have even that level of expertise.
I know. And you see, because the reason why the prevalence of mental health challenges is increasing more and more in our society, because our whole societal kind of way of being is being stressed more and more. People have higher base loads, so they flip out a lot faster. So it's a skill that leaders need to have. It's easily kind of learnable, and what it does is what it significantly can help is being able to help those those team members that are struggling, because we've all been there. We've all had patches in our lives where we've had difficult times, and so rather than get punted, we can actually get some support. Now, I'll just say this: it doesn't mean it goes on forever. There is some accountability. But what it is we connecting with the person first before we start making it.
We need to identify or help them identify got a problem, and then help them go to wherever they need to address the problem.
Yeah.
And if after a while none of that works, then we've got to think seriously about whether they and us should stay pursuing the role, or whether they'd be better off doing something different.
Absolutely. And John, one of the points I make is the brain's just another body part. So if let's say, for example, you kind of said to me, hey, look, my sort of hay fever, asthma sort of give me a bit of grief. I need to, take the afternoon off, go to the doctor, and have an appointment. No big deal.
Of course, yeah.
But if you were having a situation where you and your partner were kind of like at each other's throat, so to speak, because one of the kids is unwell, maybe on the autism spectrum, is really struggling, and you actually need to go either on your own or together to see a psychologist, like, most people don't have the safety to feel that they can do that.
And they don't want to mention it at work.
Exactly.
I'm happy to mention the fact that I've got a broken arm or
Yeah.
asthma, as you mentioned, or whatever,
Yeah.
but mental health.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. Sometimes people, the other side, like management particularly, don't handle it well.
Yeah.
And they start thinking, I've got a problem with this
Exactly.
person. You're saying you really got to avoid having that attitude.
Yeah, exactly.
Although at the same time, if somebody's really suffering with severe depression or anxiety and they're not solving the problem,
Yeah.
you know, we don't want to be persisting because it doesn't help them, let
Yes.
alone us in the business.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Am I labouring that point too much, or?
No, that is
Okay.
you know, spot on. It's so true, and it's recognising brain's just another body part. So where we go to a specialist for these body parts that aren't working so well, then we in our culture need to get to a place where we just totally normalise that going to see a counsellor, a psychologist for this body part is totally normal, no big deal.
So the take-home message for our sales leaders out there, what would you say from what I'm hearing is they need to build expertise, and maybe in the organisation they need to look for how they can get the training and so on to help identify there is an issue, know the questions to ask, and know then where to direct the person to get help.
Spot on. Very good.
Okay.
Yes.
So they're as a sales leader, a sales manager, that's what you need to focus on. Learn how to recognise there is a problem. Don't stigmatise it at all. Look for ways in which you can help the individual or direct them into an area they can get help, and then support them through the process. And only after all your efforts have been expired, and if it's not sorting out, then you'll start thinking about moving them into another role or out of the company.
Absolutely.
Which would be best for them at that stage anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. Good on you, John.
Thanks, Bill.
Fantastic.
Great talking with you. I look forward to delving into this a little bit more deeply.
Yeah. Let's start to explore kind of the upside. You know, how do we really upskill people in a whole range of areas of resilience, mental fitness skills, 10 behaviours of successful people.
Next time we get together.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fantastic.